and welcome to Study English IELTS Preparation. I'm Margot Politis. One of the skills that is assessed in the IELTS speaking test is fluency. Fluency is speaking at a natural pace without hesitating too much. But fluency doesn't mean speaking quickly. Sometimes speaking too fast can make it harder to be understood. Another aspect of fluency is the smoothness of your speech. This means that you don't always stop to try to think of the right word. Listen as the golfer in the next clip talks about her career.
Golf is a very interesting game. It can be very frustrating and annoying, but then it can be it can be really fun and challenging, which makes it fun, I guess. When I'm not competing, I try to practice every day for at least 6 hours. And if I play 18 holes, I'll still try and practice for another 3 or 4 hours. That's better.
Mm-hmm.
You may have noticed that she used expressions such as like, you know, and I guess. These are called fillers. It's natural to use fillers, but be careful not to overuse them. Listen to her again.
On top of that, I guess I have like workouts and gym workouts, and I try to do that 3 to 4 times a week. So pretty long hours. Not many people today.
Mm-hmm.
In January this year, I went to the Ladies European Tour qualifying school, and I managed to secure a conditional card for the season. So I decided to turn pro. This meant that, I'd give up my amateur status and I'd be playing for money, I guess, is the main difference.
Fillers are used to tell your listener that you haven't finished, but you are thinking of what to say next. They don't carry meaning like words do. Now let's listen to a speaking test candidate using fillers.
Okay. Well, one of the buildings I really like in Sydney is the Queen Victoria building. I've been here for a year only in Sydney, so I haven't had the chance to actually visit many public buildings, but I know this one very well. I like it because it's got a very interesting old style, and it's very elegant, it's very spacious. I don't like the modern type of buildings, with many stories and very modern and contemporary. I like the Queen Victoria building because it's elegant.
To begin her talk, she uses several fillers.
Okay. Well, one of the buildings I really like in Sydney is the Queen Victoria building.
Saying, okay, well, helps her get started on the topic of her favourite building. She is thinking of what to say and not how to say it. She uses and to give her time to think of what to say next at points in her speech, such as at the beginning of a sentence when she's linking information back to what she's just said.
One of the buildings I really like in Sydney is the Queen Victoria building. I've been here for a year only in Sydney.
Next, she uses fillers just after the words because and to give her time to think of reasons.
I like it because it's got a very interesting old style, and it's very elegant, it's very spacious.
She also uses the filler, but this time to show that she is sharing knowledge. In this case, that modern buildings have many stories.
I don't like the modern type of buildings, with many stories and very modern and contemporary.
Let's listen to another clip where she uses in the same way while answering a question about eating habits in the future.
Well, I think they will, because, the rhythm of life, the pace of life is becoming, more and more stressful and faster. So I think there is less time to eat, and we have to eat in smaller amounts, but with the same quantity of vitamins and nutrients.
She uses expressions with similar meanings, the rhythm of life, the pace of life, to help her talk flow. Using synonyms, opposites, and related vocabulary gives continuity to her talk. It makes it possible to continue talking without repeating the same words. Listen again.
Well, I think they will, because, the rhythm of life, the pace of life is becoming, more and more stressful and faster. So I think there is less time to eat, and we have to eat in smaller amounts, but with the same quantity of vitamins and nutrients.
Being able to talk on a variety of subjects confidently will make it easier to maintain fluency. Listen to this man, who was a concert master in a symphony orchestra, talking about his violin.
This violin, it was made around they figure around 1810 in Cremona in Italy, and Cremona, of course, is where all the it's the best lineage of makers are from Cremona. Stradivarius, of course, which is the most well-known violin maker, originated from Cremona. And so this kind of is a descendant of the Cremonese line of making. And I've been lucky enough to own this violin. My parents bought it for me when I was 14, I think. So very, very lucky to have a very nice almost 200-year-old Italian instrument.
He was thinking of better ways to say what he meant and was able to easily change what he was saying mid-sentence. Listen again.
This violin, it was made around they figure around 1810 in Cremona in Italy, and Cremona, of course, is where all the it's the best lineage of makers are from Cremona.
Maybe this is not perfectly correct English, but it is acceptable spoken English because it remains fluent. Hesitating to correct your grammar disrupts your fluency. Only by practicing can you improve your fluency. A teacher or native speaker will help you with your accuracy. Fluency is not only your ability to speak smoothly and continuously, but also your ability to speak at an effective speed. Speaking too slowly or too quickly is unnatural. Aim to speak at a relaxed and natural pace. Let's listen to this student talking about public transport in Sydney. Listen to the speed of her speech. Does she speak too quickly, too slowly, or just right?
It should be less expensive. I must say Sydney's transport is really expensive. Should be less expensive, but one of the problems is the frequency of transport. Sometimes you have to wait like 20 minutes for the bus to come.
Her speech rate is just right. She is neither too quick nor too slow. The pace is reasonable and appropriate, and she sounds natural. You should practice modelling the pace of your speech on that of a native speaker. Listening carefully to a large range of English speakers is one of the most effective ways to help you achieve fluency yourself. Once you are used to the natural pace of English, you should record your speech and check whether you're speaking at that pace. Fluency is most important in part 2 of the speaking test, the long turn. It's when you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes on your own. That's all for today. For more about fluency, go to our website. Good luck with your studies. Bye for now.